writing right now?
Am I writing right now? You could say I am. I mean, I've been. I write for Nantucket. Do I look at you or at the camera?
Me.
Okay. I write for the new publication that came out last year, Sound magazine.
How's that going?
It's going really well. I think people received it really well. You know.
Well, how would you define that magazine?
I would define it more as a year-rounders magazine. I mean, it's for everybody, but it's a little bit more low-key. It's also for Nantucket, for the Vineyard, and for the Cape. So they kind of spread it around a bit. It's sort of like the Nantucket or the island version of Cape Cod Life. You know, Cape Cod Life tries to do the Cape and the islands. This is trying to do all three in equal form. So trying to be fair to everybody.
And what kinds of articles do you write?
Last year, my articles were every issue. I did an island trails hiking article that she wanted me to do. She'd just pick a walk and write 500 words, and they sent out a photographer to write it or to take the photo. And same thing this year. The 3 issues will have 3 walks that I pick, but then also stories. So last year I wrote about the moving of the lighthouse in Gay Head.
Oh, wow! You went over there and
No, I didn't go over there. They're not moving it until this year, but they're raising money and getting ownership of it through the Coast Guard before they can move it, and which I understand is going to happen sometime this year.
So you write for the Sound magazine. Yep. What else do you do?
I am also an environmental writer for Nantucket Coastal Conservancy, the group that is trying to raise awareness about sea level rise and come up with the best solution possible for the erosion situation in Sconset.
What's the best situation up to this point that you've?
Well, me personally, it's no secret. It's in my book, Walking Nantucket and Nantucket and Natural History. I'm an advocate for no protection and moving structures back, and realizing that the ocean is coming up, and it causes more harm than good by putting a structure at the base of a bluff or in front of a dune.
For those people that disagree with you, what is the harm, so that they understand where you're coming from? Why is it harmful?
Well,
because aren't they sand? They're just big sand-filled bags, right? Set on a tier to try to rebuild that bluff so those houses don't fall in.
The coastal engineers that I know and respect, the people that know about this stuff, say that by putting something in front of the bluff, which is a sediment source, a natural sediment source from which sand is taken and moved one way or the other up and down the beach, depending on what the current is. With a structure there, you're preventing that sand from being taken, which means the beaches, what they say, downdrift. So the beaches that aren't protected, the ocean is taking that sand, and having that structure there can cause the beaches that aren't protected to narrow and can cause harm to other people's property. So also the beach that the geotubes are on are public beach, so public beach is being damaged and turned into a construction site. So
do you think it's just basically because the folks can afford it, they're paying for it? If it was anywhere else on the island, and they'd probably have to move their houses or live with it.
Not so, because on Eel Point Road they do it. They do it all around the island. It's whoever can afford to do what.
Okay.
So it's up to the individual property owners or the area associations, whatever they decide.
But here's the deal, Peter. Isn't it more trouble? Isn't it a lot? Doesn't it cost a lot of money to try to argue this out? I mean, they're not going to stop. Aren't they going to continue to try to fight this, even if they have to take it to court?
I can't speak for SBP or the Wisconsin Beach Preservation Fund or anyone else who does erosion control measures. That will be their decision, what they do in the future.
Yeah.
I don't know. I can't speak for them.
You're just saying this is the way it is, and
well, this is the way I think it is. It's what I believe. I don't say that is the way it is, but this is the way I see it.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Okay. So what else are you doing?
Trying to get some time to work on my third book, which would be my second walking book, my volume 2 of Walking Nantucket. You'd think that winter would be a great time to work on it, but I was so busy with all my other stuff that I just haven't been able to touch it. But
What is it? What made you want to do a book about walking tours? Just
well, I used to way back when, when I was here during college, I got bored with the beach. So I used to mountain bike everywhere.
Oh yeah.
And explore the islands, and I just wanted to share it with people. So I had a series in the Nantucket Beacon, if anybody remembers that, called Walking the Walks, 98 to 2000, where I just wrote about the walks that I went on. So yeah, just sharing the beauty of the island. I think a lot of people focus on downtown and the beaches on South Shore, and there's a lot more out there.
So is the idea when they buy your book, it's a photographic book as well, right? So it's a combination of photographs and
not so much.
All right, what is it? Explain it.
It's a guide to where to walk on Nantucket.
Okay.
The photos are just to show you what you might see out there, but it's not photos and text. It's mostly text and a map, and yeah.
All right, so it's an actual guide. Did you partake in the book festival?
Yes, I did.
And how did it go? What was?
Well, let's see. Saturday, I read to children during the news story hour that they had over by the tent, and then I had to work at the farmers market for a couple hours. Then I signed books under the tent for 3 hours after that, and the Thursday before, and then that following Monday, I ferried authors to and from the High Line.
Did you go to see some authors speak?
No, I didn't. I just went to the big fest afterwards.
Fun.
Yeah, oh yeah. Yep.
Anything else that's going on? You're keeping busy doing. You used to be a bouncer here for a while at Cambridge Street. You doing any bouncing anymore?
As one of my employers says, bouncing is a young man's game.
Yeah.
And I'm very glad not to be doing it.
Okay.
Not that I ever had any problems. And I do miss working in restaurants and bars, but I sure do love going to bed at the time I want to go to bed and not having to sleep till whenever in the morning to get my energy up and, not having to breathe cigarette smoke. And it was fun. I had a great time. But
yeah, right. There comes a time when you got to say that was in the past.
Right.
Yeah. Well, it's good to see you, buddy.
And,
You've been going to Maine lately, by the way?
I was in Maine in February, and I'll be going sometime in August.
Don't you love Maine?
I love Maine. Yep.
Especially this time of year.
Yep.
So different from here too.
Yes.
So different.
So much quieter.
So much quieter.
Yeah.
Well, I'm always glad to see you and see how you're doing.
All right, Gino.
Thanks for sharing what you're doing.
Sure.